Aaron Kahn. Aaron Kahn. All right, hey everybody, Mike Lawson here with CU Broadcast. Welcome back to our coverage of the In the Cellar event, a fundraising event, if you will, for credit unions for kids. And we are here in Dearborn, Michigan, in the Henry Ford Museum, American Museum of Innovation, or the Museum of American Innovation. I'll have to look at the title. I don't know.
You know, one of them works. Yeah.
And one of them works, but it's pretty impressive what they have going on here. Yeah, you'll have to see it.
I kind of want to go. I mean, I wish other people could see it, but I want to take this car out of here.
Yeah, there's a lot of presidential limousines here from way back in the day, going pre-Kennedy administration. Yeah, so it's really cool. Yeah, so if you're ever in Dearborn, Michigan, this is a must-do, or even just put it on your bucket list because this is an incredible place. So anywho, hey, let's talk about credit unions for kids, Children's Miracle Network hospitals, and here we have Mr. Aaron Kahn from, is it Lurie Children's?
Lurie Children's.
Children's. How are you, sir? Good to see you, Aaron.
Doing great. Glad to be here. One of these cars, actually, I heard is the one that Abraham Lincoln drove.
Really?
And I think one of the was in, and then one of them is the one that JFK was assassinated in.
No way.
So, yeah.
No way.
So fun fact. But no, we're glad to be here. It's a great event. We're excited. It's the first inaugural one in the region, and Lurie being a part of the region we're glad to be here and represent.
Indeed. And Nick Coleman here, obviously from Credit Unions for Kids and Children's Miracle Network Hospital. What does this event mean to you being in the Midwest? Because you mentioned earlier that, hey, we have a big event on the East Coast and the West Coast, but hey, you know what? Why not the Midwest? So share with me how significant this event is for you guys.
Before I get into that, I was just on here with another one of our hospital reps. I hope you're going to say welcome back, Nick.
Welcome back, Nick.
Thank you. Oh yeah, like Slim Shady back here in Detroit. I'm back.
Thank goodness.
Thank you. Okay, that one didn't land. I don't think that's okay.
I know Slim Shady.
Okay. No, this event is really crucial here for credit unions for kids. Absolutely. Like we were just talking about a moment ago, we have a number of signature events that support the program that raise a majority of the funds that the program raises throughout the year. But those are all on the East Coast and the West Coast, from the Northwest Golf Classic and the Go West Max auction and the CU for Kids Wine auction, the Cherry Blossom Run, etc. But this event here is the Midwest states, the Great Lakes region, establishing themselves. We're not a flyover state anymore for CU for Kids. We're here for good, and we're happy to help kids, which they always have in their own way, in grassroots ways. But this is really a huge reflection on what they can do as credit unions come together as a collective community.
Yeah, and what does this one specifically represent? Because we were talking kids' mental health, which is a growing concern in our country today. So how are you guys supporting that and talking about that at this event?
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah. Well, it's important to note that when you donate to Children's Miracle Network hospitals, your funds are unrestricted. So we believe that it's not useful for Salmon hospitals to mandate how children's hospitals like Lurie use their funds. They know how to best use the funds, whether it's investing in equipment or research or charitable care or child life programs. The list goes on. But they know what they need best in their local community. But for this event in particular, there are instances where we come together, we recognize there's a need outside of those unrestricted funds where we try to fund something that's really important to that group and that community. And right now here today, what we're backing is mental health. We know that, especially coming out of the pandemic, there is a mental health epidemic for children. Absolutely. We've done research, Children's Miracle Network has, and we've seen our 170 children's hospital members all across the United States and Canada take big investments now with the donations they receive from credit unions, other CMN hospitals partners, and other community partners, and they're establishing new programs, processes, and et cetera to help advance mental health.
And Aaron, you want to add anything to that? What you guys are doing at Lurie?
Yeah, just specifically, I mean, Nick represents all the hospitals across the country, but Lurie Children's specifically, we're addressing the mental health pandemic in a lot of different ways. The most interesting fact is really the brain is the only organ that isn't fully developed in a human until they're an adult. So a big focus of ours is early intervention for things like OCD, anxiety, ADHD, things like that really, if you can intervene earlier, you're going to help the development of a healthy brain and help that child grow into a healthy adult. But specifically, a lot of what we do is focus on access. A lot of people either don't have access in their local community to a therapist or a specialty that is trained in that subspecialty. So something like anxiety. I was at an event last night where a young 11-year-old girl shared her story of struggling with anxiety and not having a single therapist in her community that was trained to handle her case. There were therapists that deal with adult anxiety, but dealing with that in a child is a lot different. So we have teams at Lurie Children's. An event like this helps make those teams and the work they do possible. Not only do they fund and train local therapists to be that subspecialty for those kids in the community, they also train parents which is really important because a lot of the work done through therapy is great, but it's only really working if it's put in practice at home.
Yeah, you got to go home at some point.
Yes. So parent support groups are a huge thing that we do as well. And again, events like this make all of that work possible. There's a lot of this work too currently. Our advocacy program is advocating regionally and nationally to get this funded by Medicaid. A lot of this isn't. So kids even with brain tumors or neurological diseases that come to us, neurological psych currently is not funded by Medicaid. So philanthropic dollars are the only thing that help us support neuropsych at our hospital to ensure the kids, when they go back home, have the resources they need to thrive.
So this event is pretty significant for you guys, I would say. It goes without saying that this is pretty significant, right?
And the work done at Lurie is happening at all these other hospitals. We're just the largest in the region, but all the hospitals supported tonight, I know, will appreciate this support.
Yeah, indeed. And Nick, you said this is a huge event. So what does it mean to you guys, especially because you go all over the country doing this type of stuff?
Yeah, I don't know where we're going to come in financially yet, but we are a fundraising organization, so I always have my eye on the dollars. This is going to be one of our top fundraising events of the entire year, and it's the first year it's ever happened. It's kind of mind blowing, and it's going to be awesome.
It's pretty cool. And I must say that this was also put on by the fine folks at Community Financial Credit Union right here in Michigan, and couldn't thank those folks enough. Tansley Stearns, the leader of that dynamic group there. She's definitely a mover and shaker in this industry, and she's created this incredible event that I think is going to be a main staple throughout for many years to come. So all right, guys. Anything else to add, Aaron? Any final thoughts?
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, I want to emphasize a thank you to Tansley and the Community Financial, to a number of the early credit unions and vendors and QSOs that got on board to step up and say, we're here, we're going to make this successful. There's so many that have made this, but especially to those groups, and thank you to everyone.
All right. And thank you to you guys for doing some incredible work as well. So keep it up. All right, guys. Now it's your turn to go have fun. All right. Let's go do it and raise some money. It's the same. Oh, yeah. I'll be there.